Welcome, senior parents, Bullard High School. It's the Business Marketing Technology pathway, and this is Marketing, Sales, and Service, the capstone class in our pathway. My name is Peter Cheney, and I'm going to go through kind of what we're going to be doing in class and the culmination of this pathway that your student has been involved with. So let's get the presentation going, and I will explain as an overview most everything, and then we should have some time at the end for any comments or questions. So here we go. Let's get the actual presentation going. So up there in the top right we have the schedule, just in case we need it. If you don't like paper like me, digital works. So for these periods, we're fourth period, we're going 7 to 7:15, and for fifth period, 7:20 to 7:35. All right, so here's what we're going to go over. We're going to go through the syllabus, just a really quick overview. I know I don't need to read you word for word what the syllabus is, but I want to show you where you can find it in case you want to read through the entire thing. I'm going to go through kind of the class material, what we'll be covering in depth as far as marketing, sales, and service goes. I'm going to tell you how we use Teams in Google Classroom and which gets used more often. I'll show you some contact information from me. And like I said, we'll have some questions for feedback. We'll have some time for questions and feedback at the end. Could be class material, grading policy, homework policy, stuff about the student store, or anything else. So, the syllabus. Kind of a little picture right there. There are two different ways that you can access the syllabus, so I will show you those ways. In Microsoft Teams, your student can show you where to get this. You go to the General tab, you go to Files, and you're going to see something that says Class Materials, and then there is the syllabus. So you can read through. I have General Class Expectations, talk about DECA, I talk about some of the units that we'll go over. We have the grading policy, plagiarism and cheating policy, absences and tardies. We're still looking for the details on the new cell phone policy, obviously, but that'll be put in once we know exactly what's going on. The other place that you can find the syllabus is Google Classroom, and if you would like access to your students' Google Classroom, give me your email before you leave and I will make sure that you have that access. So here is the syllabus on Google Classroom right there, same document, and that covers that part. Okay, now moving on to, I already showed that part, Teams in Google Classroom. Let's go over the class materials. So when it comes to the marketing part, we have the Blue Nation Student Store, kind of like our lab. I equate it to like a science class. So we learn stuff in class and we apply it to our lab at Blue Nation Student Store. And we're also involved in a CTSO, which is Career Technical Student Organization called DECA, and I'll talk about that a little bit. Some of the key assignments for the marketing portion, so we have textbook assignments, so we're going to be going over stuff like marketing basics, consumer behavior, consumer research, market segments, social media, marketing plans, product development, distribution, price, promotion, selling, and more. We have DECA activities that we're going to be involved with, and this is a heavy focus of our class. And so there are challenges and chapter campaigns and competitive events that are both on location away from Fresno and online. And then we have career development and certifications that we're going to cover. So we'll do job application, resume development, LinkedIn profile, and mock interviews, most importantly, after all of that process. And it'll be a panel interview to get them ready for the real thing once they get a job, or if they've already have a job, we'll get them even better at the interview process. We also have an opportunity to get certifications in marketing and other things through Precision Exams. I'm a proctor for them, so through our textbook assignments, we will get ready for at least 2 certifications on the Precision Exam platform. Talking about sales, I believe that we have just a little promo video here of the store, so I'll just play that.
Blue Nation Store is Bullard High School's official student-operated campus student store, serving students, staff, faculty, alumni, and fans. Go Knights!
So when it comes to the Blue Nation Student Store, we put the seniors into sales teams, which we've already done here, and they are responsible for actually operating the store at least twice a month. So we put them on a calendared schedule. And when they're not working it, during class, if you're sitting in my class, you can actually see the fancy equipment at the front. We actually produce a lot of the product that we put into our store. So we have the ability to do the print, the heat press application for shirts, shorts, hats. We have coffee mug press. We've got all sorts of equipment. We're trying to get into the classroom here embroidery equipment as well as direct to garment printers, so that we can produce even more stuff for our store rather than just being the middleman for other producers. So that's part of the class challenge, if you will, to get all that going. So in case you haven't been before, the Blue Nation website is bluenation55.com, and this is anything that's in our physical store you can find here online, and you can find it by category. And if you were to order on the website, you can actually pick that order up in the main office. We'll bag it and put the receipt and your name there, and that's totally something that is accessible to you. And we're hoping by the end of this semester, this class can figure a way, we're halfway there, to have local shipping available as well, so you don't even have to get into the student store. So that's kind of the sales part of things. So they'll be helping design things with Photoshop and other tools. We'll print it on our machine or order it from other vendors, and we'll be getting blank shirts and hats and other things, and making a lot of the stuff that goes into our store. So the next part of this is the service part, and that's where DECA comes in again. So when we go to deca.org, which I'll show you here, the things that we'll be kind of going through is the first three, which is challenges, chapter campaigns, and competitive events. Chapter campaigns is kind of where the service parts comes in. So we'll be doing like a membership campaign, we'll be doing promotional campaigns, ethical leadership campaign, community service campaign, and then an advocacy campaign that has to do with like school outreach and that sort of thing. So again, DECA being a large part of what we're going to be doing in this class, and it definitely fulfills the service part of our class. Okay, lastly, Microsoft Teams versus Google Classroom. Microsoft Teams I'm using primarily just for kind of contact and messaging, general class info like the syllabus and that sort of thing, but Google Classroom is the heart of our class. This is where I post most assignments. Actually, I would say 98% of assignments, unless they have to be paper, and that's where I actually post them, and they turn them in and I grade them there on Google Classroom. So once again, if you would like access to that Google Classroom environment, please stop by before you leave and we'll get you added in as a guardian, and that'll be a piece of cake to do. Alright, so that's the two platforms, my contact information right here. So let's make that kind of larger so you can see it. We've got the address of the school, my room S51, my signature from my email, and I've got my email address sitting there, and then we've got our Instagram at BlueNation55, and then again our website for our student store, BlueNation55.com. And now, hopefully we have a minute or two for your questions or comments. Thank you for listening and watching, and go Knights.